stealing creativity of others is killing the innovation for the future. And I think that is actually where it is all about. And I mean stealing, because some years ago I proposed to put copying in penal law systems so that we can give a penalty and for the same as stealing a bicycle. And then everybody was really excited about this, that it cannot be the case that it is that stealing creativity of others or buying stolen goods, fencing, that is a criminal act. But I think if we can put that in all member states in the penal law, then I think it will avoid a lot of buying.
Look-alike products are often overlooked because most of the time look-alike products are not counterfeit products, because look-alike products are very often designed in a way that they circumvent and escape IPR protection. Of course, look-alike products, copies, can be violations of trademarks, they can be violations of patents, they can be violations of designs. But very often those people who are in the business of producing and commercializing look-alike products, they do this in a very sophisticated way to circumvent and to escape IPR protection. What are look-alike products? Now, look-alike products are products which copy and imitate the features, the shape, the color, the label often of a branded product.
Lookalikes is rather a grey area, because when you can prove that there is a violation of intellectual property rights, well, clearly you're in the red area, if you like, but similarity, a resemblance, is not in itself something that you can protect, and it's not necessarily a violation of intellectual property rights. Let's take a simple example. Recently, a very well-known French fashion couturier died not long ago, who was the first to produce pantsuit for women, said that other pointed out that other couturiers were also making these suits for women. Does that mean that they were guilty of lookalikes?
Let me come in the next slide. I think the most important thing is the topic of the own brands. They are of major importance, I think, of every retailer and wholesaler in the world, because we are creating trust and loyalty to our customers by our own brands and by showing a bit or to differentiate us from other competitors. And I think it's also very important to say that we have a wide variety of own brands. On the next slide, I'll just give you a few ideas. We have own brands which are on the price entry level, and we have own brands which are on the medium to upper quality standard level. For example, focusing also on different, let's say, customer groups. For instance, the HoReCa group, hotel, retailer, and caterer. So this is a specific professional group who's focusing on professional products, and also the normal traders and further service companies.
So brand owners create distinctive logos and packaging to inform consumers about the attributes of the product and its origin, to enable consumers easily to locate those products on shelf, to simplify repeat purchases for satisfied consumers, to build the unique reputation of the brand, and to comply with trademark law that allows distinctive elements to be registered as trademarks. Now, when manufacturers seek to create distinctive logos and packaging that stand out from their competitors' products, it actually isn't difficult to do. So here are some examples, just at random, products I've purchased, bath products, competing companies, completely different in design. No one will confuse one for the other.
The general conception is that counterfeiting and lookalikes are detrimental to consumers and companies alike, and consequently to society as a whole. But there are also voices that say that consumers are the allies of counterfeiters and of those companies making lookalikes, because they buy these products and therefore create the necessary market for these illegal activities. Let me be clear. We, the consumer organizations, recognize the right to imitate. We also recognize the right of intellectual property. It's hard to do both, but we do. We do not recommend to consumers to buy counterfeited products or lookalike products, and we do not defend consumers who do this.
Lookalikes are generally not likely to be confused directly with the original. They only bear such a grade of similarity to the original branded product as is necessary for the consumers to recognize a resemblance or establish a link to that product. Lookalikes are generally marketed as cheaper alternatives to well-known branded products, for example, as products that are suitable to replace the original branded goods at a considerably lower price. Lookalikes thus attempt to gain the attention of consumers not because of their name, quality or special promotion and advertising, but as a second choice to well-known branded product. It follows that the consumer's awareness of the market position of a given branded product and its general reputation is a prerequisite for the commercial success of lookalikes.
The first question is action possible in the Netherlands? Yes, it is. Now, well, we all know the famous trademark case that ADLE brought before the Dutch court to stop the use of two stripe signs by third parties. The other party, Marco Modo, submit that they are free to use two stripes on their sports clothing for decorative purposes. They are of the opinion that simple stripes are signs which must remain available to all. So that's the argumentation of the other party. They say, well, 4 or 2 or 3 stripes should be available for all. Before ruling on the infringement question, the Dutch court asked the European Court of Justice whether designers' general need for access to such a basic design element, as we are talking about the 3 stripes, could be taken account in the infringement case. The answer, no.
It is the potential basis for European-wide legislation and enforcement. Now let me talk about consumers. What is the impact on consumers? Well, clearly the impact on consumers is they get defrauded by lookalikes. They are likely also to get a product made to a lower standard and to lower safety standards. But I would remind this audience that consumers are also employees. And if you're a Lego employee, not only is your product being knocked off by the lookalike product, your job is being undermined by that lookalike. So European consumers, we have never to forget, are European employees.